Let's go Broncos. Going live here, Halftime Hash brought to you by the Orange Weekly Broadcast Network. Just following the rest of this game. And I just watched via the Sunday ticket, Courtland Sutton with his first touchdown of the year. Going to put us up 13, hopefully 13-10. Here we go. 13-10. Denver Broncos versus the Las Vegas Raiders. We're up 13-10 at the beginning of the... hey, guys. Hey, we're here. We're talking Broncos. Halftime Hash. Post your questions, comments, concerns, everything that you guys got in the comments. This is a rapid-fire thing, so as you guys are posting them, I'm bringing them up, talking about them, and we're going to move on. Please let us know what your thoughts are on the first half of this Raiders game in the beginning of the season. I'm going to finish watching this out. It's probably just going to be a kickoff, and then we'll see what happens. I think they're just going to kneel it down, going to halftime. Our Broncos are up 3. The Raiders are probably just going to take the kneel and go into the halftime with what they got. So please, guys, as you guys are watching, we are the Orange Weekly Broadcast Network, Halftime Hash, an original. I think we're the original halftime show, online halftime show of the Denver Broncos. So please post your comments and everything you guys got in the chat, and I will get to them. Finish off this first half. Man, huge thing. Will Lutz missing that extra point kind of hurts. 14-10. It should be 14-10. We're up 13-10 right now. Glad we didn't try to do another onside kick, which was kind of crazy. Love it. That was a good sidearm throw. I didn't realize that was a sidearm throw. Chris, thanks for joining. Looking great. Nothing really bad so far. Yep, they take the kneel. We're going into halftime. I'm probably delayed, guys. You guys are probably ahead of me. I'm watching on the Sunday ticket here out in California. So, hey, guys, welcome to the Orange Weekly Broadcast Network. Like I said, post your questions, comments, concerns, everything that you guys got for the first half, what you guys are expecting in the second half of this game. Make sure that we keep this original. Keep talking. We're up 13-10 on the Raiders in the first half in Denver. That crowd seems to be going pretty well. Here's the other thing I love. We actually scoring? Like, we're actually scoring touchdowns and not settling for field goals. Good thing we're not settling for field goals. Will Lutz missing extra point at the beginning of the first drive. But we've only really had 3 drives. If I remember correctly, we only had like 3 or 4 drives. And Max Crosby, as we talked about it in the tailgate talk, is kind of blowing up what we got. He blew up an entire drive completely, which kind of sucks. And you know he's firing through. That man is a great athlete, and we're gonna have to look out for him in the second half. Chris Wilson looking like normal Wilson. Yeah, I mean, look, we had 2 great drives there. He ended up really well. The only reason they got the 1 touchdown really is because of that onside kick at the beginning. They got great field position at the very beginning of the game. Very close. We should have had it. I don't forget who it was that touched it like a yard before it got to the 10 yards. But hey, it is what it is. We took a bold move. We took a shot and ended up working out. It did not end up working out for us. But again, still up 13-10, so we got to take that. All right. Kev's at the game. Kevin is currently at the game, probably very intoxicated and enjoying what he is seeing so far in our offense. Okay. If Miami's will be in the first, we'll be in first. VJ could be gone after week 1. Vance Joseph already? You think the defense is doing that bad? I don't think the defense is doing that terrible. Like they're having some drives, which kind of sucks. And again, that first touchdown was really they just got the field position right off the bat from the onside kick. Smith touched it. That was the beginning. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. 13-10. Hopefully we can keep it up. Thanks, Allison. In the second half of the game. Yeah, if we could keep this up, we're good. Clayton, hey, welcome. Yep, as Clayton always says, smash that like and share button, guys. If you guys are following us on Facebook, make sure you guys are heading over to our YouTube. And I think we have a TikTok now, so go follow everything you guys got What a game, D-Rock says. Clayton, love what he's seeing. Again, 2 touchdowns. You can't hate that. Jon, welcome in. We're just kind of rapid firing here. Some of these halftime. Let's get as we let these comments come in. Let's get your opinion on what you saw in the first half.
That was fun. Take away 1 offensive drive, and I thought that was one of the better first halves we've seen from the Broncos in a long time.
Am I crazy, or do we only have 3 drives in that game?
Well, I think we only did. Yeah. Well, each team is like getting long drives, taking a lot of time off the clock.
First drive. I mean, the first drive we drove down, scored to what I thought would be tied up, except we missed the extra point. And then by the time we got the ball back, the second drive, Max Crosby, I think you said it in our chat, Max Crosby ended up just destroying our entire plan.
Took over that drive and took us out of field goal range, which was frustrating.
And then the third drive, long drive down to score at the end. And not for nothing, we finally get to score at the end with like clock running out, time running out. We actually found a way to get in the end zone. So that's crazy.
Management, like, wow. Imagine that.
All right, hey, Jon, let's go back and forth. We're getting some questions rolling in. I'm just going to go through the comments. Let's go. Russ finally being Russ. Thank you. We now have a CEO as a head coach and not a VP of marketing. Welcome, Broncos fans, to relevancy.
Love that,
no, Shane, there's not a show tonight, but we will be doing a Tuesday night show. Our normal Bourbon Broncos No BS. I think we have a Monday night Orange Weekly after dark as well. Losing Stern's a concern. What do you think, Jon?
Yeah, I think so. That's a guy that we were talking about pregame in the tailgate. That he could be in there as our kind of our nickel guy. You know, look when they showed the starting lineup for us, CBS they had 3 safeties in there for our defensive backfield, which is how we kind of expected it. And so losing him is a big issue. Not loving that.
Yeah, especially as a young guy. Hopefully he can heal up quick. I don't know what the injury report is on that, but
it did not look good.
It did not.
It was a knee injury, so I'd expect potentially a severe injury there.
Yeah, we'll hit up our Jason, our local our Orange Weekly athletic trainer, and see what he thinks on the injury, and we'll get back to you guys. Glad we're not scared of the end zone. Yeah, it was great, Daniel. Appreciate it. Yeah. It's 3 drives and we're 100% in the red zone right now for touchdowns, so that's great.
And both throws to the end zone have been like really nice plays and good throws from Russ. He had some mustard on those throws.
Yeah, let's talk about this, Jon. I'll let you get into this. We were talking about our concern with Josh Jacobs running. What do you think about our run defense?
I love the first drive. I thought we held them up pretty well as far as the run game goes. Obviously, they still scored on that drive, but it looked good early on. And then I think it was their second drive. He had a couple of big runs. So we'll see where it goes from here. I'd say right now I feel pretty neutral about it, which is honestly a win. So we'll see where it goes in the second half.
Yeah, we talked about it in the tailgate talk too. It's the broken tackles. We had him dead to rights at the line of scrimmage. He breaks one tackle and he's kind of off for another 10. So that was a little frustrating, but yeah. Sean says looks great. Defense will get better. Don't worry about it. I agree. Joey, Peyton utilizing Wilson's ability to scramble and throw on the move. Use your player skill. Try change. What a concept. Yeah. I mean, he's getting him out of the pocket. He's kind of rolling him. Also, not for nothing, Wilson's pocket presence has been a lot better this game for the most part. He's been playing great. He's been stepping up. He's been moving out. He's been stepping up and then sneaking through, which is when the end comes across and the tackle ends up taking him upfield. He can sneak in between the guard and the tackle. So he's been doing a pretty good job of that.
His presence has been great. And, aside from that, like 3-play series there where Max Crosby took over, I mean, he hasn't been getting a ton of pressure. I didn't think so in that first half anyways.
Yeah. And we get the ball. That's true, Chris. We got the ball coming out of halftime with the lead. And so that'll be good. I'd love to say that. Hopefully we get better. Jerry says, "Hey, we're up right now." Jon, yeah. Jon, you said it the best at the tailgate talk. Like if we could win by 1, we could win by 50 as long as we get the win at the end of the day. That's what matters. And I think we could build on the getting better in the afternoon. However, I also did mention the tailgate talk, as Jon was mentioned too. Our halftime adjustments. This is where you see where coaches really shine, right? You got a Sean Payton type caliber coach. What kind of halftime adjustments are you going to make to be able to come back? But again, it's not like our offense is staggering. We had one drive that got stopped, and other than that, we're scoring when we have the ball.
Just been taking up a lot of chunk time off the clock, and I trust Sean Payton to have a better adjustments at halftime than Josh McDaniels. Let's just put
yes. Yeah. Let's see. Andrew, thanks for joining us. Sertan doing work. Yep, that PS2 life. He's doing very well. He's doing very well. Struggling on the other side. Devontae Adams had a couple catch, but who's the other guy that was catching the ball? Had a couple long catches.
Jacoby Myers. I had a little bit of a concern for a few plays there. He had Damari Mathis number a couple of times, but he caught that one touchdown. And then the very next offensive play for them was another big pass. But since then, I haven't seen a bunch, but there just hasn't been a lot of plays since then.
Yeah, I'll say this, and John, you mentioned it. I hate doing this because corners never get a good rap, but that fourth on their first drive, that 4th and 1, I think it was, and they did the rollout pass, and Sertan, I think, was supposed to have the hook curl area where they end up throwing it, and he ended up jumping up. Instead of whatever, there was a miscommunication there. There was 2 guys on the flats and nobody kind of back in that hook curl area, and they end up getting the first down. But other than that, I think great play from our secondary so far. Sort of. I mean, they're still figuring out a way to get down.
They put us in position to be able to obviously be in this game and be winning this game at this point. So no complaints there yet.
Yep. So we talked about the tight ends, and as we talk about Adam Troutman has been getting a lot of passes. But let's be honest, Dulcich is too. Yeah, Dulcich is getting and like we said at the pregame, exactly what we thought. When you have 3 wide receivers on there and 2 passing tight ends, one of them is probably going to end up being a slot receiver. And you've seen Dulcich line up on, I don't have the stats in front of me, but as far as I was watching, it looked like he was lined up in a slot more than he was as a tight end.
Yeah, I think
for the whole
first half. I think
you're
right there. What's interesting is Mims has not gotten into the game at all, at least at receiver. I mean, he did have the opening kick return.
I think he had one catch.
Humphrey
on the first drive, he had a catch.
Not according to the stat sheet, sir.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I could have swore he got a catch on that first drive.
He took the first kickoff off, like 25, 27 yards, something like that.
Interesting.
I'm kind of surprised. Brandon Johnson has a couple of catches. Lil Jordan Humphrey, man, with that touchdown reception. I love that.
The touchdown, that was great. Yeah.
Great. And then Sutton finally got involved. He wasn't doing anything until that last drive. But now he's got 4 catches for 32 yards and a touchdown. And that last touchdown was just great
touchdown. Great. Yeah, and Russ being able to extend the play, find the open receiver. I didn't even realize it until they showed the replay. It's kind of a sign-on throw. All right, so we got a bunch of things we're going to get through here. Love play action, opening up the field. Love it. That's the Broncos I'm talking about. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Sean. Keep this going, Justin. Appreciate it. Wilson still has the moves. He did some dodges that impressed me. He's moving in the pocket. His pocket presence isn't gone.
Not gone. And he's not. The biggest thing is he's not like panicking, which is what I felt like we saw all the time last year. He just looked more comfortable for sure today.
Yeah. Got to increase with the pass rushers. Yeah, I agree. I think we're not getting Jimmy Garoppolo. We're giving Jimmy Garoppolo way too much time back there.
Yeah.
And we talked about at the tailgate talk. That was one of our issues last year at the beginning of the season. We just could not get pressure on the quarterback, which means the DBs have to cover someone for 7 seconds, and that's almost an impossible amount of time to be able to cover.
He has all the time in the world. It's really frustrating. I hope that's a big adjustment we can make at halftime. I don't know, how much you can do in a halftime talk to make that adjustment, but something's got to change there because there's been nothing on him.
Yeah, I see the change is more getting Wilson out of the pocket, more pressure for the defense. Yeah. For his halftime predictions, I think that's going to be the change. I think Wilson's actually doing okay in the pocket. He's getting out of the pocket on his own. His pocket presence is actually pretty well, other than the Max Crosby just bullying McGlinchey on a couple plays.
That's an understatement.
It's time to eat. No, we're not having the show tonight, Shane. Sorry, got to get back to that. It's going to be on Tuesday, our Bourbon Broncos No BS show. Sean Payton made a statement with that onside kick. We're here to play. We're here to win. Yep. Yeah, that was a bold move. That's the first thing I said. Bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to start the game. I mean, I guess if you're ever going to do that, like make a statement like, hey, you never know what the Broncos are going to do. That's a good way to start the season, I guess. It nearly paid off. Let's be honest. Tremont Smith, I think it was the first that touched it. He got it at like the 9.5-yard line. It was close. Right. Definitely before the 10 yards. But man, if that bounces a little bit differently, that could have been our game to start, or our ball to start the game.
Absolutely. And if he didn't touch, or if he did touch it after the 10, that's our ball. And then now we got the ball in the second half too.
100%.
All right. Looks like we got a Raiders fan in here. Cody says, Y'all secondary looks better than ours in the first half. Besides Max, I think our defense forgot we had a game day. Yeah, I mean, I think Max Crosby is the only reason that we ended up punting the ball in the second drive. Other than that, we got 2 touchdowns. Yeah, definitely agree.
I mean, I will say though, like all of their drives have been pretty good on offense. Like we are really testing that whole bend don't break concept. Like we're by no means shutting it down this offense right now from our defense. I think it's a pretty even game so far.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think both of our defenses are kind of like giving up a lot more than either one of us would like.
Yeah.
Good news, Broncos fans. We win. We go to bed in the first place if the Chargers lose. That's true. Kansas City losing.
Either way, we go to bed in first place, whether it's a tie.
Yeah, at least for the night. Yeah.
And also AFC home field advantage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's a little early to start talking about that. Yeah. Let's. So yeah, I thought Mims got the catch. I think he's talking about Mims got the catch in the middle earlier on. T's and P's for Stern. Hopefully he feels better. I got to bring this up, Joey. Always with the punchlines. Best hairlines on a halftime show on YouTube.
Well, Joey, you have
I'll
the
go
best
ahead and say that.
on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get a plaque made for us. We'll get a little trophy so that we have best hairlines on YouTube for halftime shows on a Sunday. Like we got to be very specific, like stats.
Very specific.
All right, it seems VJ's changing the edge rusher a lot, so pressure from Denver edge. I haven't seen a lot of the pressure. Like I think that's what
haven't seen the pressure at all. I mean, man, and then that 1 third down penalty from Frank Clark to go offsides there. Like you are literally there in these obvious or these like third down situations, and then you do that on the first chance. But again, it's one half. He can. I'm not concerned about that continuing. Sean Payton's not going to stand for that. That's for sure.
Yeah, and it's week 1. We're gonna get a lot of bugs out with a full game of starters, and I mean, at least we're not like 4 delay of games penalties in like we were last year.
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Oh, of course you didn't get that, Siri.
Siri has a point to make.
Siri's like, I don't understand. Don't understand why we have a Raiders fan here. Hey, we're friendly, man. We get everybody in here. Love the
he didn't come in spewing hate. I appreciate his comment.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a Raiders fan.
Neil down in sunny San Diego. Love it. Loving that California weather. Yeah, loving the California weather. We good. Is Lutz gone after that extra point? What do you think? I don't think so. I don't.
No, not yet. But he's got to cut that.
Who are we gonna get? That's the problem. Is like who? Like, are we gonna go to freaking
Sean
Rapids
again? Yeah. Anyways, but it looks like the second half is starting. Jared, should probably
all right.
Keep track of that.
Can't miss that. Oh yeah, I don't. I need to check my chats. Okay, yeah. Second half is starting. Broncos are up. Siri doesn't understand. Yeah. Hey guys, thank you guys so much for joining the halftime hash. John, thanks for jumping on with me. Really appreciate you guys joining. Let's enjoy this second half. Let's come out with a Broncos win. Let's start the season 1-0. Love you guys. And as always, we ended off on a very strong Go Broncos.